A very good afternoon to all of you. Today we will be having a session on Microsoft PowerPoint. So first, let me share the screen. Okay, Microsoft PowerPoint. Yeah. Now, what is PowerPoint? Okay, it is basically a commercial presentation application that is written and distributed by Microsoft for Microsoft Windows. Fine. Now, what exactly it is? It is a presentation tool. What is PowerPoint? What does it do? It is a presentation tool that supports text, shapes, graphics, pictures, and multimedia along with integration with other Microsoft Office products like Excel, like Word. Okay, so what we can do, it is a presentation tool. Suppose now consider a situation in which you are required to appear in front of the audience, lots of people, for the sake of explaining or conveying some information or idea. How you will convey your message, how you will convey your speech to the audience. Okay, it can be through verbal, oral, written or visual. Now what impression the audience will get, that will be more attractive, that will be more impressive if it is visual. Okay, so basically if you will make a presentation, okay, for the speech which you want to deliver to the audience, it looks very impressive. It looks the effect on the audience is very good. Okay, and there are lots of features which you can implement in the presentation, okay, which will make your presentation look very good. Fine. So it's basically a presentation tool. Presentation tool, that means you need to present yourself. Okay, that can support text, what you are writing in the presentation. You can insert the shapes. You can make presentations by adding shapes, graphics, pictures. You can add multimedia. You can add video or sound, along with the integration of other software Microsoft Office products like we will see in today's session that we can make use of the Microsoft Word as well as Excel in the PowerPoint. Okay. Meanwhile, if there is any doubt in understanding the concept, please let me know. Okay. So let's start with this session. Okay, now as we have seen in the Word, Microsoft Word, that the documents, the files which we were making in the Word were documents. Okay, now all those documents which we are making, all those files which we are making in PowerPoint, they are called the presentations. Okay, and the extension for the file extension is .ppts, like it was there .docs in Word, it is .ppts in case of presentation. Okay. So today we will be covering all these topics, the major ones, okay, which will help you in making a very attractive, innovative presentation. Fine. Yeah. This is the main interface on which we will be working today. Okay. Now see, as we have seen in the Word, the documents which were not saved. Okay, the Word was naming it as document 1, document 2 and so on. In the similar way, the presentation tool, this PowerPoint, what does it do? If you open the file in the presentation, right, in PowerPoint, it's by default define the name as presentation 1. If we are not saving that presentation, right, so it will by default define the name of the file as presentation 1, presentation 2 and so on. Okay, the moment we have defined any name to the presentation 1 will be replaced by your name what you have given to the file. Is it clear? So this is the title bar. Okay, this is the title bar where there is a name for the presentation. Okay, these are the tabs, and for corresponding tabs this is the ribbon. Okay, so let's first demonstrate it and then we will see about all these things. Okay, let's first demonstrate. Now how we will open this? We will go to the start button, then you can search for the Microsoft Office, and from there you can open PowerPoint, or in the similar way there is a search option here. You can write PowerPoint, it will automatically come and you can click over it. Okay, yeah, this is the first interface which will come. Again I am repeating, like I am working in some other version, maybe you are working in some other version. Okay, so the main features are same in all the versions. Okay, but with the upgradation of the versions, some new features have been added. Okay, but the main things which we will be doing in making a presentation, all the features will be there in your version also. So there is no need to worry. Okay, Outlook may be little bit different in your PowerPoint, but you will find all those features which I will be working on. Okay, so this is the first interface which will come, in which there are options for opening an existing presentation or for creating a new presentation. Okay, now if I will click this new button, okay, so what it will come, all those options will come for creating the new presentation. If I will click this open button, then it will show me all the existing presentations. Okay, so I can open any one of the existing presentation which I want. Okay, now for the time being, what I want to create a new presentation. Okay, now again in PowerPoint also there are some predefined templates. Okay, there are some predefined templates which we can use. Okay, which we can use in our presentations, which will make our work easier. Like we have made a resume in Word. Okay, MS Word. Okay, so in the similar way we can have a template. Okay, which will make your work easy. Now there are installed themes and installed templates. Now if you will apply some installed themes or presentations, so what it will do, there will be a set of color schemes or designs which will be effective in all your slides. Okay, so we will see this in the end when we actually know how to make the presentation. Okay, so first let us start from the blank presentation. Okay. Okay, now as we know that PowerPoint is a complete presentation graphic package in itself. Okay, it integrates all the tools that are required to produce a complete presentation that is professional as well as creative. Fine. It has the provision for word processing, outlining, drawing, adding graphs, charts, and so on. Okay, it's a easy to use package we can see. Okay, so let us now have a look on the main interface on which we will be working today. Okay, now see presentation 1. You can see the presentation 1 here written. This is the title bar. What is this? This is the title bar which displays the name of the file. Now currently I have not given any name to this file, so it is naming it as presentation 1. Now the moment I will define some name to this presentation, that presentation 1 will be changed to the name which I will define. So let us do that. File, we will go to the files, okay, then save as. Let us define the name. I want to save this in my system, this desktop. Presentation 1, I don't want presentation 1, I want suppose micro presentation session. Let us save it. Now you can see that my presentation 1 has been replaced by Microsoft presentation session, which I have defined. I have given the name to this presentation. Is it fine? Let us see on the desktop where it is. Yeah, here it is. Microsoft presentation session. Okay, I have saved that on the desktop. Is it clear? Okay, how we can save our file? Fine. Now, this is the quick access toolbar. Okay, now what does quick access toolbar do? It has the option for saving your presentation. This is for saving your presentation. This is for undoing it, and this is for redoing it. Currently, I have not written anything on the presentation. That is why these options are not active. Okay, this is for undoing it. Suppose I have written something and I don't want that thing to be here, so I can undo my effect. Similarly, if I want to repeat the same thing, I can do it like, okay, we will see its use. Okay, now there is one more feature here, that is for presenting your presentation. If you have to present your presentation, now you can click here. It will present your presentation. Okay. Now suppose if you have to give some presentation. Okay. Now suppose if like I have to explain you Microsoft PowerPoint today. Okay. Now if I will start from demonstrating it, so it will not look good. Okay. You will not get to know about the PowerPoint. Okay, so what I have done, I have made a presentation for you. Okay, so now you know what is PowerPoint, how can we use it, how we can open it. Okay, so it shows a good impression on the audience if you are presenting something by making presentations in Microsoft PowerPoint. Is it clear? Okay, now these are the different tabs. Okay, and for corresponding tab there is a particular ribbon. Okay, like home, there are clipboard, slides, fonts, paragraphs and so on. If we opt for the insert tab, there will be all those options which you can insert in your presentations. Okay, like we can add new slides, tables, pictures, shapes and so on. Okay, there are many features we will do today. Designs, we will see to it in the end. Designs and templates 1. Transitions and animations are very good features which you should know, which you should use in your presentation. These are very mind-blowing features which makes your presentations look good. Okay, so now let's start from the home tab. Okay. Yes, quick access toolbar is the same as we have done in the Microsoft Word, but there is one more extra feature in this, that is to show your presentation. Okay, we will see its function. First, let us start making a presentation. Okay, now see, this is the slides navigation. Okay, this is the main area where we will be working. Okay, now it is showing us this slide. Fine. Now we can add more slides. Okay, now what is presentation? It is the collection of slides, right? Okay, so how we will add slides? First, let us see. You can add more slides from the option like home. There is a slides option. You can add more slides from here. Now you can have 2 slides, Okay, this is the view of a particular slide. Now, I have selected slide 1, so this is the view for slide 1. If I have selected 2, this is the view for the second. Okay, so there are some layouts, okay, for the slide. Now, let us see all those layouts first. Now, see, first one is the title slide. Okay, this is the title and content slide, section slide. Okay, so let us see. This is the title slide. Okay, now title slide is basically used to write the title of your presentation. Okay, now suppose what we can do, let us write computer. Okay, this is our heading. We suppose we are making a presentation for computer. Okay, you can write the subtitle like or instead of computer, let us write digital literacy. Okay, we have done it now. So, now, have you observed something? Like the title, the space for the title, the font, everything has been defined. Okay, and for subtitle also the font, everything is, the styling has been defined. Okay, so it is up to you whether you want to change the font or the styling or not. Okay, so suppose what we can do, we can change its styling. How we will change it? From the font. This is the same one. See, clipboard is the same as we have done in the board. Okay, this is for cut, copy, paste and format painter. Okay, and font, many things are same. Okay, but still we will revise all those again. Suppose what I want it to look like this one. So I can change it at any time. Okay, and I want to increase its size 8. Fine. Now, format painter again is a very good feature. You should know it. Okay, now what I want the same styling to be done on Microsoft Office. So what I will do, I will select this text. Okay, then I will press format painter and then I will apply it on the text where I want to have the same style. Now you can see Microsoft Office has the same styling as the digital literacy. Okay, so format painter is basically used to copy the styling feature of some text to some other text. Is it clear? Okay, I don't want that to be done. Okay. Now let us see the function of undo. I don't want this thing to be done, so let us click this. It is back before that styling has been done. Okay, it has undo that effect. Fine. If I want to redo it, just press this one. So we are back here. So this is undo and redo. Is it clear? Okay. Now suppose let us cut it. Okay, I have cut it and I don't want subtitle to be here. Suppose I want it to be here. Okay, so what I will do, I have cut it, that Microsoft Office, I can paste it here. Now you can see, you can cut it any text from anywhere and you can place it not on one slide. In fact, you can paste it on some other slide. Suppose I have selected this text, right? Cut it. Okay, you can paste it on some other slide. You can paste it here. Is it clear? Okay, so you can work on multiple slides. It is not necessary if you are working on one slide that remains on the one slide. Okay, so you can work on multiple slides. Okay, so let's undo it. I don't want. Let's again undo it. Okay. Fine. it clear? Fine. Okay. Now, this is the next layout. Okay, first we have seen this layout. This was the title bar. Okay, title layout. Okay, next one is the title and the content. Okay, now how you can use this title? You can write here index. And you can write the topics which you will be covering today. Okay, here it is the space for the content. Okay, for this particular topic. So let us write computer, then hardware, then software, and so on. Internet, and so on. Okay, and so on. So again, this is the numbering. Okay, this is the bulletin numbering. Okay, which we have done in Word. It's similar. Okay, you can change it. Bullet styling. You can add more bullets, or you can add the numbers. Fine, you can add the numbers. Okay, so by default, let's have this bullet only. Okay, now next let us understand all the layouts first. Okay, title slide, title and content slide. Now let's add one more slide with section header. Now this is the section header. This is basically, suppose you want your presentation has been divided in more than 2 sections. Okay, now section A, you have written about section A. Now maybe it is section B. Now like I need to divide my presentation in hardware and software. So what I will do, I will divide first. I will write it here hardware. Okay, next section I will make new slide, section header. Next I want to write here software. Now after hardware, all those slides will come that will cover my hardware section. Okay, and after software, I will cover all those slides which will cover my software part. Is it clear? So it is up to us whether we want to use this current layout or not. Okay. Now next one is two contents. Two contents. Now this layout is basically if you are writing about 2 things simultaneously. Okay. So you can use this. Or there is one more slide for comparison. Yeah, this is the comparison. Now what you can do, you can write it here computer. You can write it here hardware. You write here software. Okay, and you can write about hardware here and software here. Or what you can do, if you don't like this comparison one, you can compare 2 things here also. Okay. Is it clear? Now, next layout is the title. Okay, if you have to write the title on one slide, you can use this layout. Or next one is the blank slide. If you want to make your own slide, okay, suppose you want picture to be here or text to be here, styling needs to be done by you. So you can work on the blank layout. Okay, now this layout is like content with caption and picture with caption. So let us see one by one. Here you can write the text. Okay, click here to add the title. Suppose let us write here computer. Okay, you can click here to write about computer. Like computer is an electronic device and so on. You can write it about computer. I am not going in detail. Okay, now you can see here some options are given. Okay, this is for inserting the tables. You can use this symbol to insert the table. This is for inserting the chart. Okay, this is for inserting a smart art graphics. Now this is very good feature. You should use graphics in your presentation. Okay. Next is to add the 3D models, pictures, online pictures, videos and icons. So let us add a 3D model here of computer. How we will search it? We will write computer. Let's search. Is it clear? So this is another layout, and if we want to use this one, so you can see this is the space for, let me again, yeah, this is the icon to add the picture. You can write the title and you can write about the title. Is it clear? So these are the different layouts on which we can work in our presentations. Okay. Now see, let me work on this one, title and content. Okay. Now so suppose let us write here hardware. Okay. Now by default, see, there is a facility given in this layout that you have to write everything in point system. It looks, it shows a good impression on the audience if you have divided your content in point system. Okay, and it looks very boring if you have written in a paragraph form. Okay, so it is for your benefit if you are writing the things in point system. Okay, so you can remove these bullets or end also. See, by default it was there. Now I have removed that bullet now, so you can write the paragraph whatever you want to write. You can write paragraph. Is it clear? So bullets can be removed. You can customize it at your end anytime. Okay. Fine. Here also there is an option to add tables, charts and so on. We can use this toolbox for that. But there is another feature given how you can add the things at your end. Is it clear now? Okay. So you can remove bullets at any time. Okay, in today's session we will see how to add tables, all these things, how we can add videos, how we can add your Microsoft Word document or Excel document. Okay, that also we will see. So don't worry, we will cover all these things in today's session. Okay, first let's start with the beginning. Okay, now let's work on this side. Okay, now let's first cover. Now we have covered clipboard. Okay. Now slides. There is one more thing which needs to be covered. That is section part. Okay. So first, let me make a set of slides. Okay. Then we will be able to understand the meaning of section. Okay. So I will cover this after some time. After half an hour, suppose you can say after half an hour, I will cover the section part. Meanwhile, let us understand this font. Okay. Now see. This is the font styling which I have changed. Okay, you can change it. Okay, first let us select the text. Fine. Now, this is the size of the font. Okay, again, you can do it as per you require. Fine. Fine. Now, you can increase the font size from here also and you can decrease the font size from here also. Is it clear? Fine. Now, this is for bold. So, first let me change it to. Okay, now you can see the bold difference. Okay, see difference. This is for bolding the text. Fine. Now the shortcut for bold is Control. Okay. Then if we want italic feature to be there on the text, so you can press this. You can see the difference. Okay, the text is tilted. Fine. And the shortcut is Control I. If I want to underline the selected text. What I will do, I will click this. Is it clear? Okay. Now, I don't want it to be underlined. Now see, this is one additional feature which is there in the PowerPoint which was not there in the Word. Okay, this is the text shadow. It adds the shadow behind the selected text to help it stand out on the slide. Now see the difference. See the difference. Okay. So let us have this feature. Okay. Fine. Now this is for strike. Suppose I want to strike it off, so you can do it. Okay, and this is the character spacing. Okay, if I don't want any spacing in between the digits, so it's very tight. Okay, now it's tight, it's normal, it's loose, it's very loose, and if you want to have more space, you can opt for that option. So I just want it to be normal. Here, it is the space between the characters. How much space you want, you can define it from here, this option. This is the character space. Okay. Now, this was the change case. Okay, there was a change case in Word also. Okay, so let us first quickly see this. Now, currently my this thing is my selected text is in printed. Currently it is in capitalize each alphabet. Okay, so let us do a sentence case. Now my capital L has been converted into small l because in the sentence case, first alphabet of the beginning is with the capital one, right? The rest is in small. Now lowercase में it's D and L. Everything is in lowercase, uppercase, everything is in uppercase. Capitalize each word. This was my text in the beginning, and toggle case is just opposite. Okay, so we have seen this thing in the Word also. Now, this is for text highlighter. Okay, if I want to highlight the text, so I can do it by selecting any color of our choice. So let us select this. So it basically highlights our text. Okay, if I want to change the font color, I can do it from here. This photos, I let me just make this text. Okay. So in this way, you can change the font color. Okay. Now, what I don't want any styling to be done here. I just wanted to do all the formatting which I have done on digital literacy. So how I will do? This is the option for clear all the formatting. So now my digital literacy is as it was there in the beginning. Is it clear? Okay. Is it fine? Font group is clear to everyone? If there is any doubt in understanding the font group, just let me know. Okay, now let us add new slide. Okay, now let us try to make a presentation for digital literacy. Okay, now how we can insert a new slide? There is an option for home. There is a separate group for in slides, and in the insert there is the first option in slides. So you can add the new slide from here also, and you can select any layout which you want. Okay, fine. Now suppose I have selected this and I don't like its layout, so I can change it at any time. Okay, I can change it at any time. Suppose I just wanted it to be tighter, so you can add. Fine. Okay. So now let us write computer here. What can we do? Let's change its layout. Let us add a picture with caption. Okay. Now we will add the image for picture. I don't have it. Let us insert. How we will insert picture? See, there is nothing to learn in this. We will go to the insert tab. Okay, we will go to the pictures. I don't have the computer picture. I will search it on it. Okay, so there is nothing new in this. Just to explore more and more. Let us select this. Fine. So this is the picture. Now you can write here computer. Okay. Now you can write text here. Okay. Now this is the space for writing the paragraph kind of thing. Okay. Now in this also, if you want it to be in the numbering system, so you can change it to numbers. Okay. Five. X input user proceed and tired to the okay. Now suppose I don't like, I want to increase its font size. Okay, so you can do that. If you want to bold it, you can do that. Okay, so customization is at every end. Okay, if you want to replace the position also, you can do that. Okay, now some slides we have made. So let us understand the function of this symbol, that is start from big. Now I suppose I have made my presentation and I need to present it to the audience. So how I will present it? I will click this. In this way you can present your presentation. It's clear? Okay. Now one option is here and another option is here. This is also the slideshow. So now we have written about computer. Now see, as we have selected the text, has been selected as text box now. So this paragraph group has been activated. Okay, now this is alignment. Left align, if I want it to be center align, you can see the difference. If I want it to be right align, now you can see it is aligned from the right hand side. So let us do it left align. It looks good. If I want it to be justified from both the ends, so you can do that also. It also looks good. Okay. This is for one column. If I want it to be written something to be written column wise, so let us do that. Okay. See, okay, it is written column wise. Fine. So you can use this feature. If you want it to be the text to be written in 3 lines, 3 columns, so you can do. So this is currently I am satisfied with the 1 column. Okay. Now this is the line spacing. Okay. You can see the gap between the lines. Okay. So let me define it as 1.1. So clear? This is the increasing the list level. Okay. And bullets and numbers we have seen how to use them. Okay. Now in this also you can add bullets. Is it clear? Currently, I don't want it to be in a bullet. Is it fine? Okay. Now, text direction. You can change the text direction. Currently, it's horizontal. You can rotate it, or you can. Okay, so there are multiple options. Text, align text. Now you can align text in the top, middle and bottom. Currently I am working in this text box. If I am working in this, you can align the text top, middle and bottom. So you can see the difference. Currently I am satisfied with top. Now, smart art is a very good feature. Smart art is a very good feature in making presentations. Okay, you can use smart art in your presentations to make your presentations look really good. Okay, now let us move on to the first slide. Okay, and let's convert this boring text into smart art. Okay, how we will do that? First select this. Okay, now there are multiple options available. Okay, you can use any one. Let us select this one. Okay, or you can use this one. So it is up to you. Okay, you can change the color of this. Okay, so you can change its color. You can change its outlook, like okay, is it fine now? And if I want it to be converted into smart art, so let's do that also. See, when you will select the smart art tool, there is some other option for the smart art tools. Again, you can select this. You can change the color. You can align this text in the center. How you will do that? Okay, is it clear? Okay, now if you will see, now it looks more attractive. Okay, now it looks see the boring style, and now you can see this. Okay, so let's change text side also by converting it into a smart. Okay, now it's a list. Okay, so you can select it list here. See, there are lots of lists given. You can select. If you don't like this one, you can add this. So there are multiple options. See. So let's see. Let's present it. Let's move on. Use smart art wherever you can use it. Okay. Now, let's have an outlook. Okay. Let's make some slides quickly so that we can use this section teacher also. Okay. Computer. Now let's add a comparison one. You can write it here, computer. Okay. You can write it about hardware like Apples you can write. Like keyboard. Okay. Mouse. Printer. Okay, now about software you can write hardware. Hot. You write examples. Like we are working on PowerPoint today, so you can have, this is also a software, PowerPoint. Google. And else Paint and so on. You have used that layout. Okay. Now again, I want to change its layout. Let's have a title and content. Okay. Hardware, I don't want hardware, fine. That was fine. Hardware section is fine. Okay. Now after hardware, what I want new slide. Okay. This is for okay. Again, new slide. You can have CPU. Okay. Then add again new slide for the section. You can write out. I am not going in detail. Okay. This is software. Then after software, what I want, let's change it into section only. Let's have this types of software. First one is the system software. Okay, again add a new slide. Section 1. Here. Okay. Okay, now I have made some slides. So let's understand the meaning of this section. Okay, now sometimes what happens, your presentation has lots of slides. Maybe it goes to some 100. Okay, so it becomes very tedious for you to make some changes in your presentation if there are so many slides. Okay, so it's better if you divide your slides into sections. Okay, now suppose let us divide these 11 slides into sections. Okay, how we will do that? Okay, let's divide. Let's add section on the first slide. Okay, you can rename it. You can write introduction. Okay, now currently there is only one section. Okay, the whole presentation is in one section. Now what I want, this is fine. So I want this till this fourth slide, it should be in section introduction 1. Okay. After that, I want to add one more section here. That is add section. This is for hardware. Rename it. Now what I want hardware in hardware section, all those slides like hardware, input, CPU and output should be in hardware. Okay, and before software, I want it in another section. You can select add section and you can write software here. I rename it. Okay, now you can see. Now, if you will click here, collapse all. Now, have you seen your whole presentation has been divided into 3 sections. Okay, now if there are 100 slides, so it will make your work easy if you have divided those 100 slides into groups, into sections. Okay, so if I suppose I want to make changes in the CPU slides, so what I will do, CPU is in my hardware one. So I will go to the desired slide and I will make changes. Instead of opening the whole presentation, I will just expand my section in which I want to make changes. Is it clear? So how we can work on the section part? Okay, so you can collapse all, you can expand all. Is it fine? Okay, so this completes our clipboard section, slide section, font we have discussed in paragraph 1. Okay, and try to use smart art wherever you can. Okay, now let us understand the drawing one. Okay. Let's change its layout to black one. What does drawing means? You are making some drawing. Okay, you want to make some drawing in your presentation. So how we will do that? All clips, videos in our presentation, we will see to it when we will come to insert tab. You can customize the background color as well as the font color from the options. Okay, you can customize. Now see, there is one question like, this is the beginning of the slide now. Okay, what I want to insert one more slide before this. So how I will do? You can have a slide. See, okay. Now what you can do? You can replace its position. You can drag and move that slide to the top. So now this will be the first slide and this will be the second slide. Okay, I am deleting it. Just delete it. Right click and delete. So in this way you can change the position of the slides. If I want this slide to be here, you can do that. So it is up to us. All customizations can be done. Okay. Now suppose I am working in the hardware section. So I will open hardware. Okay. If I want to define the input device, so what can I do? I will insert a new slide here. I can insert as many slides as we want in any of the sections. Okay, let us have this one. Okay, you can write it here, keyboard. Write about keyboard or you can insert the picture of the keyboard. Is it clear? Fine. Okay. Now, there is one doubt. okay, which I want everyone to understand. Okay, there is a master slide concept. Okay, now what does master slide basically means? Now, you must be you must have seen some presentations where there is a some company logo, okay, or like, see, you can see in this presentation also on every slide now there is a PowerPoint sign, okay. Now there are two ways to do that, okay. Either what you can do, you can just copy this and paste it on every slide. But if your slide is of 100, if your presentation is of 100 slides, it will be very tedious for you to paste it on every slide. Okay, so what we can do, we can paste this sign. Okay, so let me do this. Let me copy this. Now, what we can do, we can paste that image in the master slide, in a master slide. So that will reflect on every slide. So let's do that. Okay, now how we will get it? Master slide, it's in slideshow. View. Okay. First we'll go to the view tab. View tab mein you can see the slide master option. Okay, currently you're working on the normal one. Okay, now you can see here. Let's make this. Okay, now these are the predefined layouts on which we have just have a discussion. Okay, now you can create your own master slide. Okay, that also you can do. You can insert your own master slide by this option. So currently I am not going in that detail. Okay, so that will be very advanced level. So what we want, I want that PowerPoint picture to be pasted on every slide. Okay, what I will do, okay, I will paste it. Okay, you can reduce its size. Suppose I want this picture to be here. Okay, close it. Now you can see that sign is on every slide. That image is on every slide. So in this way, you can add the image on the master slide if you want that thing to be reflected on all the slides. So in this way, you can do it. Is it clear? Okay, how to work in the master slides? Okay. Now see, suppose view. First we'll go to the view part. No limit of making slides. You can make it as big as. Okay. Now, first we will go to the view. Okay. Let us again know it. View. Then we will go to the slide master. Okay. Now, there is one more doubt how to change the background color. So, suppose I want to change the background color. How I will do that? Okay. Now, there is an option for background styles. Okay. You will go there. You can change the background styles like this. Okay, if you format the background, you can do that. If you want, suppose, gradient fill, you can do that. Suppose, let us select this one. Apply to all. Close master view. Now you can have a look. Okay. What I have done, I have not changed the background color of particular one slide. I have reflected that thing to be happened on all the slides. Okay. Now, okay. And one more thing I want you to understand is there is an option like styling. Okay. If stylings are also basically the master slides kind of thing, it will reflect on all the slides. If I will select this now, it will reflect all the slides. So I will apply some styling. Suppose I have selected this one. So it will reflect my whole slide. It's like a master slide. Okay. Is it clear? fine? Did you understand now? Okay. Now let us come to the drawing part first. Okay. Now, let us make a hut. Okay. So for that, what I want a triangle. Okay, then I want a square or a rectangle, you can say. Okay. Then I want small squares for window. You can copy and paste it. Is it clear? Now I want to have a door. For that also, I want a rectangle. Okay. And I want the ramp. Is it fine? Okay, this is a hut which I have made. Now suppose I want to change its position. So what I will do, particular this will move. Okay, but I want that hut to be moved as a whole. So what I will do, I will select all the shapes which I have used in making a hut. Now just right click. There is an option for group. Now you can move whole hut wherever you want. Now you can cut it. You can cut this and you can paste it on some other slide also. You can paste it. Okay, so is it clear? Okay, fine. So let's have one more slide, blank slide. Now let's add one shape. Let's add another shape, oval. Okay. Then let's have an arrow. Now understand this concept also, which I will be just explaining. You can have a smiley. Okay. Then after that you can have a fine. Now lots of shapes I have just copied it. Okay, I have pasted it on one on the other. Okay, now see the feature now. I'm currently this O shape. I have selected O shape. Okay, now see. Bring forward, bring send backwards, and selection pane. Okay, selection pane basically shows you all the shapes which you have inserted in your slide. Okay, now currently which one is selected? Circle, hollow, six has been selected. Okay, if I will select this one, so it is now rectangle, rounded corners has been selected. Okay, so through selection pane you will get to know where is our cursor, on which shape my cursor is. Okay, currently my cursor is on top of the shape. Okay, now what I want my cursor to be below hollow. Okay, on the smiley. So what I will do, I will send backward. Okay, send backward and send to back. There are two options, two functions given. Send backward basically means it will send the cursor to smiley. Okay, now that hollow circle has been shifted down below the smiley. Okay, let's undo that. currently my hollow one is on the top. If I will send it backward, so it will send me on the second position. Hollow one is on the second position. Okay. Now, and what is the difference between the send to back? If I want that hollow one to be in the end. Okay, so if I will send it to send to back, now my hollow one is in the end. Okay, you can see initially I have entered the trapezium. Below trapezium it is my circle hollow one. Okay, so this is the difference between send backwards and send to back. Now if I want that hollow to be in the front, so either I can do bring to front will bring that shape on the top, or just bring forward. Bring forward will bring my hollow one above that trapezium. See, this is the trapezium सबसे end में. Okay, and now it's the hollow one on the second position. Then in bring forward, it's now above the oval shape. Okay, next bring forward, it's now above the arrow one. You can see arrow one is here. Okay, and again bring forward, it's now, here is my oval here. Now my oval is on the top. Okay, so either what can I do? Either I can just click bring to front, so it will bring my shape on the top, or if I want that below some other shape, so it will go step by step. Bring forward, and so on. So you can see that thing in the selection pane where our cursor is. Is it fine now? Is it clear to everyone? Okay. Okay. Now see. Suppose I have inserted this arrow one over. Okay. You can insert any shape, right? Now what you can do, you can either rotate it, okay, or if you don't want it to rotate it from there, you can do it from here. Okay, fine. And if you want the color to be changed, you can do that from here. Okay. Fine. Shape fill. Okay. So there are options. You can do it. Is it clear till now? Okay. So we have covered clipboard, slides, fonts, paragraph, drawing. Okay. So editing is basically just replacing anything in the slide, first finding the particular thing which you want to replace, or you can replace it with some other one. Okay, this is the same function which we have seen in the Word document. Okay, so till now we have covered the home tab. If there is any doubt till now, please let me know. Okay, then after 15 minutes break, we will start with the insert tab and furthermore things which we should know in making the presentation. Okay, then let's have a break for 15 minutes. At 3:30. Okay, now let's start with the session. Let me share the screen first. Okay. Now we have understood the home tab. Okay, so now let's quickly understand the insert tab. Okay, now insert tab basically it has all the options to insert anything in our presentation, in our slides. Okay, so let's now understand how to add all these things one by one. Okay, let's first have a new slide. Okay, now see, we can add new slide either from the home tab. There is an option slides wala, okay, or you can add the new slide from the insert tab. First grouping of insert. Okay, you can insert new slide from here. Now there are all the layouts defined, so you can select any one of them. Now let's opt for the blank slide. Now you can see this picture image. This is there because we had pasted it on the master slide. We can't remove it. Okay. If you want to remove it, we have to go to the master slide. Okay. Now we have seen how to insert a new slide. Either we can insert a new slide from the insert tab first group, or we can go to the home tab. There is an option here. Another way for inserting a new slide is just click on any one of the slides. Suppose I want to insert a slide after software. So what I can do, I can just right click. You can have a new slide, or you can have a duplicate slide. In this way, you can delete a particular slide. Also, you can add the section. So all those shortcuts have come which are related to a slide. Okay. So in this way also you can add a new slide. Okay. Now next one is the table. Okay. Now how we can add a table? See, in some layouts there is an option for inserting all these things. Okay, that we have seen in the beginning. Okay. Now if we want to insert a table from this ribbon, how we will do that? We will either select this. Now see, we have seen two ways of inserting table in the Microsoft Word class. Okay. Now those two ways are same. Okay. Let us first insert. Suppose let's have a 3 columns and 4 rows. Okay. Now again, this table has been selected now. So table tools are there for that. I can change the position of this table. Okay. Now, table tools, there are design part. You can change the outlook of the table. Okay. See, okay. Or layout part. In layout part, either you can delete a particular column, row, or the whole table. Okay. Or you can insert rows above or below. You can insert the columns left or on the right. This we have seen in the Word. I will not be doing this today. Okay. Now, splitting cells. Okay. Now suppose split. Suppose what I want this one column to be split in two. So what I will do, I will split. Okay, now I will select split cell. Number of columns 2, number of rows is 1. Now see, I have splitted this one cell in 2 parts. Okay, now if I want these 3 cells to be splitted, so what I will do, split number of columns 2 and number of rows 1. No, there are 3. So just increase this. Now have you seen what is the difference? How we can add a table? See, in some layouts there is an option for inserting all these things. Okay, that we have seen in the beginning. Okay, now if we want to insert a table from this ribbon, how we will do that? We will either select this. Now see, we have seen two ways of inserting table in the Microsoft Word class. Okay, now those two ways are same. Okay, let us first insert. Suppose let's have a 3 columns and 4 rows. Okay. Now again, this table has been selected now. So table tools are there for that. I can change the position of this table. Okay. Now Table tools, there are design part. You can change the outlook of the table. Okay. See, okay. Or layout part. Layout part. In layout part, either you can read a particular column, row, or the whole table. Okay. Or you can insert rows above or below. You can insert the columns left or on the right. This we have seen in the board. I will not be doing this today. Okay. Now, splitting cells. Okay. Now suppose split. Suppose what I want this one column to be split in two. So what I will do, I will split. Okay, now I will select split cell. Number of columns 2, number of rows is 1. Now see, I have splitted this one cell in two parts. Okay, now if I want these three cells to be splitted, so what I will do, split number of columns 2 and number of rows 1, 2, there are 3. So just increase this. Now have you seen what is the difference? Like the first one. So for that what we can do is split. Okay. Clear? Now if we want to merge it, just select it, these two rows, layout, merge cells. It has merged all the cells. That we don't do. We don't want that thing to be done. So this is for the heading now. So just merge these two cells. Merge. Okay, then merge these two cells. Merge. Now it's, if I will merge all this, it will make a one cell. I don't want that thing to be happen now. So we have to do it. Hide by. So clear merging and splitting. Okay. Now let's have an example for these two. Yes. Number of students. Okay. Now, see, there is an option for okay, now see, you can increase the table size, okay, like this. So it is up to us how we want our table to look like. This is one way of entering the table, inserting the table. Now second way is insert table. Okay. Now suppose you want two columns and rows may suppose you want 5. You can drag it. Okay. Now you can enter the data whatever you want. Is it clear? Now borders may, let's first increase the points so that it's visible. Suppose we want to have the border on particular one cell, you can do that. If you want to highlight a particular one cell, you can do that by applying a border. Okay. Next is quick styling. You can do that. Okay, you can do that. It is up to us. You can change the styling. Okay. Border effect. It's no border, all borders. You can see. have the border effect on this table. All borders, okay. Then only inside border this is, okay. Then comes top border. You can see the top border, okay. Every cell has top border, okay. Let me select this table. Bottom border. Okay, so in this way you can apply I want all borders. Fine. Next again you can have a effect table. All these features, the maximum you will start working on this, you will get to know all those features. Okay, fine. If you want to erase something, you can select this. You can erase it. Okay, select this. Okay. In this way, you can use the erase function. Okay, and in the similar way, you can enter the data. Now, suppose we select this. You want to enter some data. Let's have a ABC. Number of students, it may be so. Okay, so on. So you can write the data. Okay, I'm not going in detail. Okay, now the third way in which you can insert the table is, let us see that also. First for that, let us have one more slide. Let's have a blank slide. Okay, now table, Excel spreadsheet. Okay, now we will be having next session on this. Okay, Excel. Okay, now how we will do that? This is the ribbon, tabs and ribbon for Excel. Okay, on which we will be working in the next session. For the time being, let us understand how we can insert the Excel file, how we can make table and insert the Excel file in our document, in our this PowerPoint. First, you can write serial number and you can write your name and have one and have like one. Then you can write 2, then you can write here up, then you can write here 3, then you can write and so on. Okay. Now what you can do, you can expand this. Right? You can expand this. Fine. Okay. Now you can see here, this is our table that is made using that file, Excel. Okay, and you can expand it. So this is the table which we have made using. Now if suppose you want to make some changes in it, so you need to double click it, that Excel ribbon will come and you can make changes. Suppose I want to bold it, you can use this. Clear? Okay, so in this way you can work on it. So clear how to add tables in different varieties. Okay, now let's work on to the images. Okay, first again let us add one more blank slide. Okay, now in pictures again you can add any picture from your system. Suppose let me add a picture. Where is this? This system. point images. So I can add a picture of our flag, okay, from our system. Okay, you can add any picture if you have saved it. Okay, now you can water it. You can apply some water. You can apply some effects, picture effects. You can see the picture effects. See the difference. Okay, so there are many features. Okay, so you need to use them and then you will get to know about all these features. By just looking it, you will forget all these things. Okay, it's like doing and learning. Okay, so you can apply all those features. Then picture layout. Now here you can write India. Okay, in the text you can fine. Fine, you can change the color of it also and so on. So is it clear how to insert the image from your system? Now let's insert one more picture online. Okay, we have seen. Okay, now let's add a picture for some cartoon. Okay, let's add a penguin. In this way you can add the picture. You can resize it. Okay, now see, you can see the selection pane. Okay, now this is my picture 5 and that was my diagram 3. Okay, now if I want that thing to be up, so what I will do, I will arrange it, bring it to front. Okay, in this way you can learn these pictures. Okay, fine. If I want that Indian flag to be back, send to back. Is it clear now? Okay. Now there was one doubt which was coming from the beginning, that how to add a GF file. Okay, so let us first see how we can add GIF file. Okay, again, if some GIF file is there in your system, you can add that, or I don't have that file, so let us search online. Yes, let's search it. Okay, now you can select any one of them. Let's insert it. So in this way, you can add a GIF file in your presentation. Okay, and you can resize it. And that too you can add in your that master slide. If you want to reflect that GIF file on every slide, you can add this GIF file on the master slide also. Like I have added this picture. Okay, is it fine now? See, master slide, there is a doubt in master slide. See, master slide is basically when you have to make changes in whole of your presentation, in whole of the slide. Like I have to add this picture, this image in all my slides. Okay, then the master slide rule comes. Okay, now how? Suppose I want to add some thing in all the presentations. So what I will do, I will go to the view tab. View tab. In view tab there is a slide master. Okay, you can click that slide master. Now suppose I want to remove this. This is the master slide. Suppose I want to remove this image. And what I want, insert image online and with GIF, with some animated GIF. Now close master. Now you can see this effect is there. Let's start. GIF is there on every side because I have pasted that on. Okay, now, okay. So let me remove this. I'm not liking it. Okay, so again, if we want to remove this, we will go to the view tab. Master slide. Close masters. Now I have not pasted any picture. So see, there is no image in this way. You can add, you can make changes in your own whole slides if you want. You can make changes in the masters. Is it fine now? Okay. Okay, now there is a doubt in the table also. So let's quickly see how to insert a table. It's the similar way that how we have added it in the Word. Okay, but first we will go to the insert tables. Okay, now you can insert number of, first you need to know the number of rows and columns. Okay, let us have this. Okay, so you can drag it at any position where you want your table to be. Okay, you can change its designing and so on. Okay, so in this way you can make a inserted table. It's very easy. Okay, right? Okay, now let's understand the photo album. It's a very good feature. Okay, let's create one photo album. Now, suppose there are some collection of photographs. Okay, you can insert those photographs online or from your system. So let's insert. Get a list of photographs. Okay, now what can we do? If we want penguin to be up, so I will select this. Okay, and I will move its position up. Okay, and so on. You can arrange the photographs in your way. Okay, now what we can do, we will create this. Now you can see, let us have a slideshow. This is the photo album of all those collection of photos which to make a photo album. You can name this. See, I have not named this presentation, so by default it's presentation. Okay, so I don't want it to save. You can save it as a photo album. Okay, whatever your name which you want to give. I am not saving it. Okay, don't save it. Fine. So this is another feature. So now let's come to the illustration part. Shapes. Okay, now we have seen, right now we have seen how to make a hut. Okay, from your drawing part. It is the same one. It is the same part which is there repeated in the shapes part. Okay, so you can make any shape, or you can make a, suppose I want to make a flow chart, so that also you can do. Okay. Again, if you want to add an icon, okay, it is also the similar one which we have done in the word. Like I want to add an icon for the home, you can select any one of them. This is the home tab. Okay, and so on. Okay, so this is like same. Okay. Then comes the 3D model. Again, you can add 3D models in your slides. Like if we want to add a 3D model for is there, right? Suppose let's add this model. You can have a look. You can rotate it. This is a 3D model. Okay. So you can have a position of 3D model as you want. Clear? You can change its outlook. You can change its like fine positioning and so on. Fine. Next one is the smart art. Okay. Now we have already seen how to convert your existing text into smart art from here. We have seen convert to smart art. We have converted the heading into smart art. Okay. Now, if we are working, we have not written any text and we want everything to be very systematic. Okay. Okay. I want to add a smart art. To have a smart art. So what I will do, I will insert. Suppose I want to insert a image with a text. So how I will do that? Let me tell you. Pictures. I want all the things with the pictures one. Let's have this. Okay. Now let me add the flags. Yeah. Okay. Now let's have, now this is the place for adding the images. Now you can either select it from your computer. You can select this picture. Okay. Or let's add the flag for China online. Here, then you can have the flag for America. So you can have a look how our text is looking if we have used a smart art. So fine now. You can make use of smart arts wherever you can. So here, okay. Now in the similar way, as we have inserted the charts in the PowerPoint, we can insert the charts in the similar way. Let's have one more slide for inserting the charts. Okay. Now it is up to us what kind of chart we want to insert in our PowerPoint. Either it can be a bar graph, line graph, pie chart, okay, or it can be a combo of more than two graphs. Okay. So let me have a line graph. Now for inserting line graph, you need to enter the data for that. Okay, I want only two series. Let's just have the series for period. Category, you can define it as food. is play games and modify the data as per your see. Okay. Now you can change the outlook for the chart. If you want to edit the data, you can edit it here. Okay. If you want to change the chart type, you don't want that to be in the line graph, you can have a bar graph for that also. Okay. It's fine. Okay. So in this way, we can add the charts. We will see animations and transitions after completing insert tab. Okay. So I'm covering. Photo album will be in a separate, that will be a separate presentation. You can add that presentation in your current presentation also. We will see that also. See, if you want to have a paragraph along with the chart, so for that you need to use a separate layout. Okay. Let me show you that layout. Content with caption. So let me add one more slide. Search new slide. Content with caption. Yeah. Now you can write here whatever you want to write about topic, about the thing which you want to write, and you can insert chart here. Insert chart. You can insert this chart here. Okay. Is it fine now? So in this way you can write the paragraph wherever you want. Okay. Heading or here. There is no limit of inserting slides. It is up to us how big presentation we want. Yes, there is an audio feature also. We will just see it. Give me some time. Okay. Now see, add-in feature is not too important. So let's cover the major part. Okay. The main things I am covering. Insert images, tables, illustrations are very important, which you should know. Then comes the text one. Text box, you know how to insert the text. Okay. Text. Now header and footer. Now see header and footer. What is the use of including header and footer? This is for entering the date. Okay. Slide number. You can see. Footer. If you want to write something like Microsoft. Okay, there is an option don't show on the title bar. If you don't want it to be on the title bar, apply to all. Now let us have a look. Now you can see date on every slide, Microsoft PowerPoint, and this is the page number, slide number you can see. Okay. Here header and footer. Okay. Now next one is the word art. This is basically if you want some styling to be done, you can do that. Suppose you want to write something. You can write here like you can write. Now you can change it, styling like okay. So you can do it. Now insert. Okay. date and time, slide number we have seen. Now this is object. Okay, there are certain queries are coming how to insert the Excel file or the Word document in our PowerPoint presentation. Okay, now suppose you are giving some seminar. Okay, and you want to attach certain files. Suppose you are presenting yourself, you are demonstrating some project. Okay, and in the end you want to show the details of the project. Okay, and your report that you have made on the Word document is with you. Either you can take that report in a separate file, or you can add that file in your presentation. Okay, so how we can do that? How we can add Word files or the Excel file in your system. So let us see. First, let me insert a new slide. I want one slide. Okay. Now, objects. Objects can be anything. Either you can create a new one. I don't want to create a new one. I want to create from the file. So let us browse it. It's on the desktop. Desktop. Here it is. Install it. Suppose I want basics of computers file to be uploaded. Okay. See, there are certain different features which I will let you know. Now this is the file of the Word that you have uploaded. Okay, now your presentation file has the file of this Word document file also. Okay, now your presentation size of your presentation is your presentation size as well as your this file. Okay, if you want to make some changes, you will double click it. Okay, and you can make changes. You can make changes. Now this ribbon is of the Word which we have done in the previous section. Okay, so in this way that file has been updated. Now let us add one more object. Let us add this object only. Okay, now there is an option for display as an icon. Okay, so now let us see what is the difference. Okay, this is the difference. If you will double click it now, that file will be open and you can make changes. Okay, you can make changes in whatever you want. Fine. Now cross it. Fine. Now one more option is there. Suppose apart from Word, if you want to insert some Excel file. Okay, so desktop. Let's add some Excel file. Okay. Now I want this to be a link. Okay. Now let us understand the meaning. Okay. Now this is file. If I will click it now, then my Excel file will open. Okay. which I have added it now, my original Excel file will open. This is the Excel file. Okay. So in this way, you can add Excel, you can add any kind of document in your presentation. Okay. Now suppose you are giving some interview. Okay, you have made some presentation to present yourself, and in the end, what do you want? If someone asks you for your resume, if you have uploaded it in your presentation, you can open it at any time. Okay, so in this way, you can have the files in your presentation. That is why in the beginning, what I have told you, see, what we have seen in the beginning, that it is a presentation tool that supports to take shapes, graphics, pictures and so on with the integration of other Microsoft Office products like Excel and Word. Okay, so this is how we go in PowerPoint. Is it clear? Yes, we can apply mathematical equations and that all those symbols which we have learned in the Word, we can use that feature in the PowerPoint also. We will not discuss that thing today. Okay. We are showing in the same line because you can change its placing. Okay. We are working on the PowerPoint. You can change its places. I have just shown you how to change the background color when we have done in the beginning master slides. Now I have shown you how to change the background color. We have set it the radiant blue color. Okay. So in that way you can do it. You just click on the background images, background option. You can do that. It's very easy. Now see, next one is the video, okay, and audio. We are coming to it. Now there is one more doubt that is coming again and again. What is the use of this? Okay, this is a kind of design master slides. You can see if you want to change the designing of all the slides, you can do it. You can use this. These are the predefined templates. You can see what the themes. You can select any one of the themes of your choice, and this will reflect whole slides, all of the slides. Okay. Now let us insert some video. Okay, now first for that, let me just copy the link for the online video. Okay. Okay, let me add a new slide. Okay. Now we will go to the video part. Online. In this way you can add video. If you want to show some video in your presentation, you can do that. Okay. You can increase its size. Increase it. Place it wherever you want. Is it fine? How to add a video in your presentation? Okay. Okay. Now let us go further. Okay. So audio. Suppose what I want an audio to be played. Okay. Now let us come to the audio one. Audio you can record it or audio on my system. Suppose I have an audio. I have downloaded it. Let me insert it. Okay. Now there are some options given here. No styling play in the background. Okay. Hide during the show and so on. So let me just here, and what I want I want that thing to be played in the beginning. Okay, insert audio on my system. Insert. Fine, let's have this here. And play in the background. Fine. Hide during the show. Rewind after playing. Fine. You can start it if it has been ended. Okay. So let us see the show. Let us play. Here. Okay. And suppose if you let us remove this. I didn't want. Okay. Now suppose. Now one more important thing which I want you to understand. Okay. New slide. Yeah. Now link. Okay. Let's insert some shape or a photo. Okay. Let's add a smiley. Fine. Then what I want to insert a link. Okay. Now you can link this smiley with online. Suppose place in this document or existing file or the web page. Suppose what I want .com. Okay, so if I will click this, Google, see what will happen. Is it fine? Okay, that action will be performed. Fine. Now, this thing you can do it if you have written some text also. Suppose, let us insert a text box and let us, so what can this? Okay, and you can apply a link on it. Existing file. If you will present it, please click on it. Then action will be clear. Okay. You can add any video. Okay, if it is not supporting your version, it all depends. So you can add, if you have a video in your system, you can add it. Either you can download it, you can add it online, or you can add it, like I have added an online video. I don't have any video on my system. You can do it easily by going on to the video bar. That's from this list. Okay. Now, what I want, let me add an icon for suppose home. Fine. Now what I want, there is an option for action. Okay. So you can apply an action. There are two kind of actions in this. Either a mouse click or a mouse over. Okay. So let me add two buttons for this so that we can see both the functions side by side. Shapes. Now, for that symbol, you can have a mouse click or mouse over. Mouse click basically means on mouse click that action will be performed, and mouse over means that the moment our mouse is on this image, the action will be performed. Now, either you can hyperlink it to the next slide, or you can run some program, or can apply some URL like google.com. Okay. Or what you can do, you can play a sound. Fine. Okay. And for this home button, what we can do, insert action. Okay, on mouse click, what I want it to be on the first slide. Okay, there is no need to hyperlink it to some online stuff. You can hyperlink it into your current sliders. If you want some sound to be there, you can do that. So now let's. This is on mouse click and this is on mouse over. Okay, so first click this. This is our first slide. Okay, and here and on mouse over. Just on mouse over, that action has been performed. Is it fine? Okay, so these are certain things which you should know. Okay, now the main two things which I want you to understand is animation and transitions. These are very good features which you should know, which you should use in your presentations. Okay, fine. For transition, now what are transitions and animations? Basically, transitions are the features which you can apply in between the slides, So for that, let me open one presentation for you. Okay. Now you can see this presentation. Okay. Now presentation without any transition. Okay. Now we can apply transition between the slides. So how we will do that?